Hello everyone, I am CoolGuy, welcome back, and patch 1.2.3 came out, and I feel it's very significant. I want to do an overview of some of the notes. I left out some, we're going to talk about some of the important ones, but I feel it's very significant for the game moving forward into Forsaken. It changes the makeup significantly, and I'm really excited. So they start off with the Solstice of Heroes. They talk about the moment of triumph. Now the Solstice comes out on July 31st, and you're going to be able to track bounties in-game at that time. You can complete the triumphs, earn points, and then trade those in for rewards such as emblems, a sparrow, and a code to purchase that special t-shirt. They talk about bounties. They are back, 5 Crucible bounties for Vanguard and Crucible, either from Shaxx or Zavala each day. They rotate daily and they can expire. It shows up when they're going to expire at the top of the tooltip. Now that's one of my favorite things in Destiny. I'm really glad that they brought these back because I would wake up on a Sunday morning, I'd grab my, get 30 double kills with a fusion rifle in the same shot, things like that. I really enjoy those. Exotic Masterworks, we have catalysts for the Legend of Acrius, Telesto, and Sleeper Sim, available as rewards from Prestige Leviathan. So that's the regular raid, Eater of Worlds, and the Spire of Stars. Exotic catalysts from the Heroic Strikes now have a slightly higher drop chance, and the Skyburner's Oath exotic catalyst from the Leviathan raid now has a higher drop chance as well. Sturm can now be found in Nessus by defeating enemies. So they've started talking about some quality of life changes, which are really good. They adjusted Escalation Protocol weapon reward chances to be more deterministic, so players improve their chances each time they defeat the boss. And also for Brother Vance, remember him? Once you get all the weapons, they're going to be available for direct purchase on a second vendor page there at the Lighthouse. Momentum has been removed from Heroic Adventures. Armor may now be purchased from Iron Banner and Faction Rally vendors, which is huge. I mean, I wasn't with Future War Cult last time, so it took forever just to get the buff going. They start talking about some strike modifiers. Blackout now increases enemy melee damage significantly, but is no longer a guaranteed one-shot kill for all players. Glass slightly reduced the health and shield penalty. Grounded significantly reduce incoming damage when you're airborne to account the odd geometry that the Guardians walk over, that you have no control over, like little structures that you walk on the ground with. And they do a little developer insight there. The goal is to ensure that these modifiers are noticeable, but when the Guardians really advance their power and stats, they can notice themselves overcoming these debuffs. Now we have some exotic armor updates. For the Hunter, Lucky Raspberry, increase the chance to fully recharge Arc Bolt Grenade on Arc Bolt Grenade hits. Fully guarantees a recharge when you tag 4 enemies, so that's going to be really good for arc modifiers there in PvE. We have the Stompies, increased benefits when using Strafe Jump and Triple Jump. Yahamkara's Spine, they changed pretty significantly. Now also improves the blast radius, throw speed, and makes Trip Mine Grenades harder to destroy. And solar ability kills now grant Trip Mine Grenade energy, so 33% more energy with those solar ability hits. Added new sound effects for the improved Trip Mine Grenades to differentiate them from normal Trip Mine Grenades, and they remove that target functioning capability when you got a tag with it. For the Titan, the ACD feedback fence, these are very strong. I've gone up a couple against it, a couple of players with them, and I've seen some players use them on Twitter. Now grants Fury Conductor stacks on melee hits instead of kills, which is big. Now reduces damage received while you have stacks of Fury Conductor. More stacks of Fury Conductor further reduce melee damage received, so it's kind of like Risk Runner in that aspect. The Doomfang Pauldrons, Void melee kills now grant super energy. Shield throw hits now grant super energy. The Doom Archers reduce the time to activate linear actuators while you're sprinting to 1.5 seconds, down from 5 seconds. Increase the damage of the Chain Lightning effect, plus 70% in PvP and 440% in PvE. The Warlock, Crown of Tempest, collapse the total number of stacks, Conduction Tines to 3. And it says that it has the same total effect. Conduction Tines now also reduces the speed that super energy depletes while Stormcrawler is active. Now we have the Karnstein Omelets, okay? Melee kills now instantly heal you, then grant continuous healing for 8 seconds. They remove the bonus resilience mobility and enemy highlight on melee kills. So these are very strong. So here's a clip right here. You might have to play it a couple times, but basically what it's doing is even during gunfights, it's constantly healing you. They are so strong. I'm working on a review currently. I love them to death. Moving on to the Starfire Protocol, empowered weapon damage now grants some fusion grenade energy, 20%. Armors, fix an issue on high frame rate PC that caused players to suddenly lose momentum while activating supers and aerial dodge abilities. Exotic weapons, increase the number of rounds granted on Crimson on respawn, which is very big. Weapons, fix an issue that allowed empty swords to drop heavy ammo bricks on death in Crucible. Fix the rapid fire frame intrinsic perk on the Basilisk, that's that Dead Orbit shotgun. Fix an issue that impacted the recoil of the West of Sunfall 7 and the Trials of the Nine hand cannon, A Cold Sweat. The Prestige raid layers. Each week there's a curated weapon suite and a global activity modifier for Spire Stars and Eater of Worlds Prestige. The weapon set modifier will be the same across both activities. So Prestige Eater of Worlds will become available at 11 AM on July 17th, and Prestige Spire of the Stars will become available at 10 AM on July 18th. Prestige raid layer drop weapons at 400 power and exotic catalysts. Raid armor ornaments will now become unlockable. So that's the path to Forsaken. That's what we want. We want to try to be 400 light level going into the new DLC, and also in the Solstice event, the armor there is going to grant 400. They changed Iron Banner. The Iron Banner game mode now uses Iron Temple fire pits as capture zones instead of these standard control flags. Added a new power play rule unique to Iron Banner, so upon capturing a third zone, all 3 zones lock for 20 seconds, and after the 20 seconds, all 3 zones reset to neutral and must be recaptured. They added new audio for those fire pits and power play alerts, updated score and time limits to match standard control now with quick play 6v6. Crucible lab update, they added beta in the activity tooltip, they added more support for labs in the future, which is good, and actually added end of match rewards. Crucible playlist update, for quick play, they updated it to 6v6. They removed Supremacy, that's going to be a rotating playlist, updated Clash win to 100 score, and updated Control win to 150. Control zones are initially neutral. In competitive, they updated the playlist description. The countdown bomb is lowered from 40 seconds down to 35. Rumble is now full time, and Supremacy again is the rotating playlist. So 6v6 is playing very, very well, especially in Clash, man. I'm loving it to death. I want to know what you guys think about that. My first initial thing, I've been playing it all day, I haven't done anything else, and it's playing surprisingly well. Then they start talking about the Crucible ranks. They updated them. Players can now earn Valor rank from the following playlist: Competitive, Crucible Labs, Iron Banner. Joining game in progress, now it's going to protect that Valor win streak. So if you lose, no penalties is going to be incurred. But if you win, that streak is going to actually increase. Another big one, players will now be matched using their glory rank. This means your opponents are going to be similar rank to you, and the higher you climb, the tougher the opponent's going to be. Now, glory loss streaks have been retuned to be less punishing over time, which I don't know. I mean, I want to know in the comment section what you guys think about that. Big win streak is really good. Big losing streak is very bad. It says consecutive losses now decrease the rank points lost instead of increasing. Streaks still cap out at 5. To talk about Eververse a little bit in the summer event programs. For the duration of the Solstice of Heroes, players will earn a bonus Solstice Ingram with each prototype Ingram earned through that prestige level up. When decrypting these Solstice Ingrams, players will receive new items until they've unlocked every one in the box, and once all items have been obtained, the additional Ingrams will reward duplicate items. Players may track what items they've earned from the Solstice Ingram through the Ingram's preview. They've added a new armor type, Armor Glows. Players who earn Solstice of Heroes armor sets may use Armor Glows obtained from Eververse or the Solstice Ingram. Armor Glows illuminate the portions of the Solstice of Heroes armor and shine brightest when the element of the Armor Glow and the Guardian subclass align. So that's really, really cool. Once obtained, Armor Glows may be used and reused on any Solstice of Heroes armor piece regardless of class. And of course, during the Solstice of Heroes, players may purchase event-exclusive items from Eververse for Bright Dust. They talk about the Prismatic Matrix. It has since been temporarily removed and will return in Season 4. And they also added HDR calibration. Add a calibration screen for HDR on all platforms. So there it is. I feel that this patch is huge because, again, it's changing the makeup of Destiny as we know it. From right now all the way back since launch, we have a different game here. So 6v6 is huge. Changing, I mean, some of the things that we like and that we want, they're adding, and some of the things that we don't like, they're changing those. So really good on them. And as we get to Forsaken, I think that's going to be one of the best versions of Destiny 2. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.